This week in the field, doing a little scouting along the shores of La Jolla, California. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Davenport and welcome to In the Field. Thanks very much for joining me. Today's topic is scouting, doing some seascape scouting. And this is in the La Jolla area of San Diego. It's a spot I go often, and actually it's a spot that's part of my San Diego Coastlines workshop. There are still a few spaces available for the September workshop. If you are interested, jump over to the website and check it out. And the reason that I'm sharing this footage with you is it's kind of, even if you go to a place over and over and over again, it's worthwhile to do a little more scouting around. Maybe the conditions are different. In the case of being near the ocean, the tides are different. Different things are revealed or hidden, and the landscape changes. So let me show you a little bit of footage here, and I'll come back and talk a little more about this one spot in particular I'm kind of excited about.
Out here at Wind and Sea Beach, one of my favorite spots to shoot in San Diego. Several hours before sunset, doing some scouting shots, and the ocean itself, it's actually really quite nasty, to be honest with you. A lot of seaweed and kelp and just all sorts of gunk being thrown up. What's unusual is it's making the water look almost black, and I think that will make some very interesting black and white photos. So grabbing the shots as I can, trying to get a little bit of the swirl and play of the water in and around the rocks, but I can see taking this into a very monochrome direction in post. A little bit more scouting to the north. I actually like this little tiny section. It's a little bit secluded, and as I get closer here, so I'm going to walk toward the rocks, but be careful with my step here. There are some good wet areas. There's a lot of places you can just get down close to the surf, you get nestled in between these rocks, some really nice swirls. As I pan around to the north too, same type of thing. A little section over here, nice little secluded area, can make some very beautiful seascapes. Would need to have something more happening in the sky. Have some cloud cover, but right now the clouds are outpacing the sun, so either the sun's gonna get swallowed up, or I'm gonna have sun with no clouds.
So just a couple of clips there. And really, I kind of extended my normal walking pattern that I would do at this stretch of beach, went much farther north than I normally would. The southern part I'd been to a few times. It was still good to get down there again because I hadn't gone that far in several months. But this little northern patch where the second piece of footage I showed you, I'm excited about this spot. It's a great spot for mid-tide, so it's not extremely low. High tide, this area will be mostly covered, if not completely covered, by ocean. And there's some nice foreground rocks, and you just need to get the conditions right. I did process one of the photos I can show you right here, and it's nice. It feels a little muddy to me, a little bit dark, because the sun was getting swallowed up, and on this day, the clouds were outpacing the sun. It was nice that there were clouds in the sky, but they kept the sun, hidden behind them the entire time, including right up until sunset. But compositionally, I like what's here. I like what's available. So the tip of the week is to scout locations, even if it's places you've been multiple times. Always kind of have that scouting idea in the back of your head, especially on those days where you've decided, I'm going out to make photos, and you don't get the conditions that you hoped for. Well, flip gears and make it into a scouting expedition. Think about the different locations. Grab test shots. Just go ahead and fire things off. Even if it's just handheld, you don't want to lug the tripod around because the conditions are, that bad for that day as far as the light's concerned. But carry your camera around. Heck, even if just your iPhone, grab a few shots and get those compositions so you get those ideas in your head. So the next time when you're looking to go out and shoot, and you check the weather patterns ahead of time, this might be the location today that I need to go to because X, Y, and Z have all lined up, and you've done the legwork previously to take advantage of for your next shoot. And that wraps up this week in the field. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate if you could share this with your social circles. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. And I'd love to get your questions, or even just to say, hey, thanks for doing the show, appreciate it, and I'm learning stuff. Those little encouragements mean more than you can possibly imagine. But I would love to hear from you, especially if you've got a photo question that I can answer for you. And ultimately, I want to help you become a better photographer. And by answering questions, it's helping me become a better photographer. And that's kind of the whole point of all this. Well, until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Happy shooting. that was a mouthful. Seascape scouting. Ugh. Let's try that again.